cuddly and cozy.
Yes, we are.
We are with Incisions. You guys are probably the hottest band playing here almost. Every time we have talked to somebody who's come for the festival, we're saying, who are you looking forward to seeing? Almost everyone has said Incisions. So...
That's utterly terrifying.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
I've got freezing John Tetley on the drums. He's the coldest, hardest man in punk rock.
Are you really freezing?
It's quite cold up in Yorkshire, so yeah, it's pretty cold. So I'm fine to go with freezing. Much.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's a play on Mr. Freeze from Batman and.
There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Very Yorkshire. So last year you guys played the tiny stage in the Zombie Shack, and here you are at what was last year's headlining venue, this year's second largest venue. Yep. You guys have moved up quite a bit in a year. What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, I've wanted to play Gorilla since I first came here, to be honest. So I'm pretty excited. I don't know. We've had a good year. We put the album out.
I think this is definitely the biggest venue that we've ever stayed at, or played at. Stayed at. I don't know if we're staying here, but it's the biggest one we've played at, and it's pretty sweet, to be honest.
Yeah, we're very excited. I mean, we've had a great year on the back of the album, and TNS have looked after us very well, and I guess it's part of annoying every single promoter that is involved with the festival relentlessly. They know for an easy life it's better to just chuck us in Gorilla and we'll shut up. Get us on first, out the way, let them go off and drink for the rest of the day.
That's probably a good idea with you guys.
If you remember the interview last year...
Stop wearing them pants with... Because in the interview last year, you said that you wore seven pairs of pants.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's right, all the knickers.
We do.
Yes, Jordan has Crocs on.
There is a story behind this.
Dr. Crocs.
We played in, we've just finished up a tour with our beautiful, amazing, lovely friends, Fro and stuff, who are the nicest people I've ever had the joy of sharing a week with, not these three. We played in Falmouth the other night, and I picked up some new Crocs. They were in a kitchen that we were storing our equipment in. I put them on the following morning as a joke. I am now a converted Crocs man. I will never take them off again. Comfort over style, unless you're wearing Crocs when you've got both. Yeah?
I beg to differ.
Yeah, so I've taken...
Crockabilly?
Yeah, we played in Bristol and I threw my Crocs at someone, and then I had one Croc for the rest of the gig. And I went outside and there was a guy. He had his Croc like this, and I said, "You haven't seen my Croc, have you, mate?" And he said, "No, I'm just heading down to the Crockabilly concert down the road."
If you know Vernon Supreme it was kind of like that. He wears a hat on his head. No, he wears a boot on his head. That's his style. So it looks like that.
Okay.
Vernon Supreme.
Yeah.
I don't know him, man.
I should probably take this dirty shoe off my head.
Yes, probably a good idea. So they will go flying probably into the audience tonight.
Yes, but I will expect them to be returned immediately.
No Crockabilly.
Yeah, I spent a good 2 hours, like I said, with one Croc on. Yeah.
Concerning actually how attached he's become to these Crocs in such a short space of time.
It is.
They encourage.
I can see that today's actually matched them with orange socks, which
clearly exclusive. Aren't you colourblind because they're red?
potentially, yeah.
Potentially what?
I mean,
They're red.
they're red.
Orangey red.
Orangey red. Orangey red.
Orangey red.
Can you tell that we've had a week of no sleep?
Yes, but your tour's been great, I've heard.
The tour has been amazing. We went from each city to the next expecting, oh, this will be the one where no one's there. And it was busy every single night. We were ecstatic. It was amazing. And like I said, to share it with our friends in Fro and stuff as well was great.
And your album has really it blew me away when I first heard it. I keep listening to it. How did that come about? How did you put it all together in such a package that each song seems to build into each other in a way?
That was purely accidental. No,
you don't say that.
No, we spent a long time working on that record before. We had it pretty much for the whole year before we put it out. We brought in some of our amazingly talented friends to help. We had a very talented artist called Daggers for Teeth who did all the artwork, which has gone down the storm. We worked with a guy called Joe Clayton who recorded it. He is playing at the festival actually in another band called Pine. He's a fucking brilliant producer and a really nice guy. And Kurt from Sounds of Swami mastered the record as well. So yeah, it was a team effort. We spent a long time working on the songs. I think there was about 18 months between our Quit Now EP and the record coming out. But on top of that, obviously we've had TNS helping us get it out there and out to new people as well, and playing lots of shows. I think we've done 35 shows or something this year. We've been playing a lot, and lots more to come.
Definitely.
Tonight we're playing 2 new songs tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, we've started working on the next one.
Great.
Yeah, although we've had a request for 24 songs this time, because the last one was obviously 12 songs in just under 19 minutes, so people would like an actual album to listen to.
It's reminiscent of the 80s and the hardcore albums then.
Yeah, I mean that's what we grew up listening to, so
We're pretty happy with the fact that it was so short. I think all of us were like, yeah, that many songs in that little amount of time, that's pretty cool.
And they're all good. But I do need to ask, who is Sound Carlos?
Sound Carlos is a fictional character. We are the most childish band you will ever meet, and we can come up with a ridiculous name and then put together a full life story on the back of it. I could tell you about Dennis from Brighton, the jockey in Canterbury. Sound Carlos is one of many fictional characters associated with the band Incisions, and it basically stemmed from, we thought it'd be funny if we met someone called Carlos who was really sound, and we called him Sound Carlos.
That's sort of like our mantra, isn't it? With jokes, if it's not funny the first time, just say it over and over and over again, and it will become funny.
It will be funny, yes.
Yeah,
kind of like the Crocs.
Yeah. Last night, Martin actually mentioned an in-joke on stage, which made us laugh mid-song.
Yeah,
probably the worst time to do it, but mid-song.
And Martin, you haven't been with the band all that long now. What, about 6 months?
January.
Yeah, so. Yeah. How did you end up getting into Incisions?
My old band used to play with Incisions quite a bit, and became pals with me and you. Been friends like before even then, weren't we?
Yeah, I've known you.
Like just on like the
too
sort of punk scene sort of thing, I know. And the replaced last guitar's got a tattoo business, so he can't gig as often as these lads wanted to do. So yeah, they asked me to join. Yeah, loving it, brilliant.
How does it feel going from a two-piece band, just guitar and drum, to a full?
I don't have to. My throat's knackered now, but it doesn't matter for me. He has to look after his voice. I don't. It's dead good.
I have to, but I don't.
Less pedals.
Yeah.
And yeah, less stress, more fun. Good.
All right, so we know that the new album is being worked on. When do we hope that will come out?
That one's a piece of string in it.
I would like to strike while the iron's hot and try and get something out before the end of the year. Whether that be a single
The confidence in
or
his
an
voice
album.
there.
Might just be a single. Well, I just realised we are stacked. I mean, we've got another tour. We're going to Europe in September. We've got shows with Poison Idea, Adolescents, HR from Bad Brains. We've got loads playing at Boomtown. In Boomtown Festival. So it's likely to be probably September, October before we can get in the studio.
Like we have designated practices where we write and we get stuff done every time, don't we? Right.
Amazing as well. It all sounds really, really good. We're really happy with the new songs that we've got so far, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more to come.
Yeah, we will have a single out before the end of the year.
Good. I am excited. I can't wait to hear it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys on stage this afternoon, half hour from now.
Half an hour from now. Yeah, we're excited.
Pressure's on.
So we'll let you guys get ready.
Before you do, I just wanted to thank you both for everything that you put into the scene, because there's been an uplift with everything, obviously, in the last 2 or 3 years, and Manchester Punk Festival is a big part of that, which is amazing, and we're very lucky to be a part of that. But we're also very lucky, to go back to your question, about the album and stuff, to have people like you two coming out and supporting, and there's such a great community. This weekend usually brings out the more emotional side of me anyway, because everyone comes together and everyone's looking after each other, and I've made so many great friends here, but that extends to you too as well, so thanks for everything.
Thank you for that. That actually means quite a bit, because this is what we love, the small bands, and seeing you guys rise, and you guys you're going to keep going, I know it.
Thanks.
So, thank you again, and we'll see you on stage in a minute.
Yeah, you will.
Yes.
Yay!
I got bit by a dog the last night of tour, by the way. So
Martin's been bit by a dog last night.
Yes.
it was massive.
Because dogs are incredible judges of character.
No comment. Oh, we didn't hear that on the mic.
Yeah.